Okay, so now we are going to start lesson 2, which is Hope, part 3. Am I trying to secure praise? Whose image do I want bear? So the key truth is I am to take back from the culture the influence to think for me, to shape my thoughts, my feelings, and my behavior. Your social media presence. It began with a little button called the like button. The button was initially created to spread positivity throughout Facebook and Instagram platforms. It's a place where people can express positive feelings towards something you shared about yourself or your life. But now, that tiny button often influences our emotional well-being, sense of self-worth, and identity, controlled mostly by people you don't even really know and who truly don't know the real you. It has now become a primary means by which we feel and receive approval from others. It's become a primary means by which we now measure our self-worth, our appearance, and our status in this world. We often place great value on these short-term rewards, likes, hearts, thumbs up, that lack the acknowledgement or approval from our post has been linked to increased anxiety, comparison, depression, and a multitude of other negative issues. Those short-term rewards leave us feeling even more vacant and empty than before. That need for more likes creates a never-ending cycle of social media pressure. That digs away at our self-worth and identity. Social media changes what you do, how you think about yourself, and often even the way you view relationships. The need or pressure for more likes, popularity, and acceptance can lead someone to post or share more of themselves than was ever intended to be seen by the world. When that photo or post lands in the wrong hands and is shared with others, it will likely result in feelings of shame and fear. Cyberbullying, harassment, and peer pressure from social media can also lead to someone to self-harm. One click or one word shared by us or someone else can totally destroy a life. Always ask yourself before you decide to post anything, is this kind? Is it necessary? Is it true? Our words are so powerful. They can lift up someone or pull him or her down. Our words can damage self-esteem, devastate relationships, ruin a career, or possibly destroy the hope someone has. As sure as a tiny match can set a forest on fire, our words, typed or spoken, can cause harm that is beyond proportion. Your words have the power to destroy or heal. Our words can either build our words can either build or our words can tear down. All right, so now on page 49, we have a self-reflection question. In your own words, what does it mean to have status? Explain your definition of status below. So now you can pause the video and answer that question. Now that you have defined status and explained what that means to you, on question 2.24, what does it mean to have worth? Explain your definition of worth below. Pause the video to write your answer. Question 2.25. Where would you rank your status in this world? Between 1 and 10, how important do you think that your status is in this world? Question 2.26. If you were to rank your worth in this world, where do you think you would rank? From 1 to 10. Where do you think you would rank if you were to rank your worth in this world? Status. a position or rank in relation to others. In the late 1930s through 1940s, Adolf Hitler rose to power during World War II. He was a key figure in the Holocaust, the genocide of millions of Jewish citizens. When Hitler began capturing the Jews, he would line them up and strip them of their belongings, their status, isolating them, segregating them as he tried to take their identity. Hitler created this purposeful assault against their identity. We too have a foe that seeks to also line up this generation in an attempt to strip us of our true identity. This foe has us ranking ourselves up against this world, this culture, versus what is uniquely true about who we are. Falling into this trap has us living by comparison to each other, so that we never feel we can measure up. If we knew this, who in the world would want to get in that line, into that trap? But that is exactly what we do on social media and through other platforms we have been given. When we get in line, we're ranking our self-worth and unknowingly measuring where we fall in comparison to others. And we are not just measuring our worth against those in our schools, the teams we are a part of, or our friend groups. It's much bigger than that. On social media, we are really measuring our status and our worth against the world. The comparison places us in competition with each other and can lead us to think, I am nothing. I am at the bottom of the list. If I don't rank here, if I don't measure up, if I can't get where they are, then my life has no value or worth. These thoughts can lead us to believe we are at the very end of the line, can confuse us about our true identity, and prevent us from making positive choices. There are two lines that we can choose to enter each day. The line that measures us against the world or culture, or the line that celebrates the uniqueness of who we really are. Now on page 51. Which line would you like to choose? The line that measures you against the world or against the uniqueness of who you really are? And why? Pause the video to write your answer. Now on page 52, there are two lines in life. On the left side, you'll see the world's line, and on the right side, you'll see the line of true identity. For question 2.28, place your name in the line you choose and also write the names of people in your life you will try to bring into that line with you. Your entire identity gets lost in the world's line. There is no way to identify who you are if you get in that line. It would be as if you were born without a fingerprint. It's easy to imagine all the issues that would arise from not owning a set of fingerprints in this technological day and age. Not owning a fingerprint causes difficulties passing through the airport, voting, and opening your smartphone. The ID card for this person would have a stamp on it saying no fingerprint. But the impact is far greater than just those implications. To get in this world's line means you have to lose everything uniquely about you in order to look like everyone else in this line. To get in this line, you must forfeit who you truly are, even before you ever have a chance to find out. There is no way to really know all you are giving up when you choose to forfeit your identity. You would be choosing to not put your mark on this world. By choosing to get out of the world's line, you are getting out of the line that is leading you, moving you towards destruction of your identity. We are always moving towards destruction or moving towards life and hope. It's not stripping you, it's moving you, because we are never standing still. This lesson is about helping you step into the journey of realizing your true identity. It is actually starting something new. We can just get out of the destructive line. We often need to choose a different path. Question 2.29. What do you think the word pressure means? Share your definition of pressure below. Pause the video to write your answer. Pressure. The use of persuasion, influence, or intimidation to make someone do something. There is pressure, persuasion, and great influence to get you to conform, to forfeit your identity, to forfeit your uniqueness and your purpose for your life. When we're operating in a constant state of comparison or competition, our true purpose and identity get lost in our own insecurities. Being special, unique, or different and set apart are already the truth about who you are. It is not something you can obtain or gain from someone else, this culture, or this world. You already are those things. Even before you enter this world, you just may not know it. The pressure for praise. Did you know that the loneliest people in our world are typically the most popular people? Question 2.3. Do you personally know of someone that became famous or really popular and it affected them in a way that changed them negatively? If so, how did it affect their life? Pause the video to write your answer. And question 2.31. In your opinion, how could being so popular make someone feel the most lonely and empty? Share your thoughts below. Pause the video to write your answer. Most people would answer no to that first question, but the answer is yes. The most popular people are more likely to struggle with loneliness, lack of self-worth, and feeling accepted. Some of the most lonely, empty, and emotionally unstable are the most popular celebrities in this world. Why is that? First, because they don't know what to do with the fame and influence it brings. They don't know how to handle the admiration, popularity, and the shallow, worldly approval of others. It's incredibly lonely for the whole world to love you, but you cannot accept yourself. The praise and admiration they are receiving isn't the kind that lasts. What a letdown it is to strive, and when you finally arrive, it's empty. Second, people with fame and fortune often confuse their successes with their true identity and true worth. When our self-worth is based on our perceived performance or our failure to perform adequately, it destroys the image we see and measure ourselves by. This will lead us to do almost anything for the self-preservation, to protect your image of who we think we are or believe others think we are. Third, one mess up, then what? The kind of pressure can cause someone to completely crumble. We see this happen so often with actors, actresses, musicians, athletes, and people who are famous on social media. How many stories of entertainers have you witnessed who rose to great fame because of their gifts and talents, but once they arrived, they found themselves completely empty? Soon, we see them trying to fill that emptiness with alcohol, drugs, and having intimate relationships with others. If it can happen to them, it can happen to us all as well. Beauty, talent, status, and position are not bad things unless they are used for our own fame or when they are used to bring someone else glory and fame. To bring praise and fame to others is to worship or idolize others. To bring glory and fame to ourselves is an attempt to get others to worship or idolize us. Question 2.32 on page 55. What do you think fame means? Describe your definition of fame below. Pause the video for your answer. Fame. Being known or recognized by many people because of your achievements or skills. That something that is trying to secure fame is often us, as we are trying to become accepted and known by the world, or to become like others who are getting praised or admired. We can set out thinking we need to receive that praise, that glory, and then we begin to crumble under pressure. We can find ourselves wanting to have fame and praise for ourselves without even realizing it. Then the very thing we think we need and want is actually the very thing that can destroy or hurt us. Because we are giving power to the world to define us, to identify us. And when we don't get the praise and fame we want, it destroys us. We are not to give that kind of power or influence to the world. There is a plan in place with great intent behind it to get you in the line of this world, to get you to actually surrender to a force, to abandon yourself. During the Holocaust, Adolf Hitler was an authority figure who had the power and physical army to force people to get in line. They had no choice to get in line or face death. You may not have known until now that you actually have a choice. What are you giving authority or control over your identity, purpose, and so forth? Authority is the power to influence or control thought, make decisions, and enforce obedience. We are unknowingly giving power to this world to think for us, to shape our thoughts, our feelings, and our behavior. That includes our mind, our will, and our emotions. On page 56, use the chart below to record any behaviors you can relate to and what they reveal about how we can unknowingly try to secure or give praise and worship to others or ourselves. There is an extra blank to fill in any others that you feel should be listed. Pause the video while you complete the chart. On page 57, if you are relating to any of these behaviors, then you may be trying to be famous or be praised, or trying to praise and give fame to someone else. Praising a person for what they do instead of who they are can backfire when that person fails at the task for which they are being praised. We unknowingly are setting ourselves up for disappointment and may be setting the other person up for a downfall as well. Some people never ask to be placed in this position. We can get caught in this costly trap. Even grown-ups struggle in this area. The world tells parents that if their child isn't getting enough praise from others or enough applause, then something is wrong. But the truth is, when we put that pressure on our children and on ourselves, we're believing that trap as well. If we live for acceptance of people, we will crumble when we lose it. Society shouts to us that we can create our own identity through the clothes we wear, the causes we support, our job, the car we drive, the school we attend, the friends we have, etc. As a result, our identity can change with a new outfit. The truth is, there is only one image we are here to be, to become, and that is the image of the truth of who you are. Focus this week on the idea that this is just the beginning of a journey of coming to know your true identity and worth. Commit yourself by opening your mind to the journey to find that truth. In closing, we are not created to bear the weight of being praised. Our world tells us that we are to take our image and match it to the world's image of beauty, success, strength, and status. But we have a better image than anything created in this world. Your uniqueness is one of a kind. In your fingerprint, it is so much planned for your life. You cannot even imagine all the lives you can touch by just smiling at someone, by giving someone a high five, by saying something kind when others aren't. It leaves an impression on their life. You are designed to have an impact in this world. Think about the names you want written all over your fingerprint. Think about how you want the fingerprint of your life to look. Use the print on the next page to fill in the lines of all the names of people you have already impacted. Then fill in any names that may be on your heart that you feel led to impact. Also, write in any specific dreams or aspirations you have for yourself. End by writing out 10 things that are unique about you. And lastly, write 3 things that you really like about yourself. On page 58, near the fingerprint, take some time to write in those things. And when you look at your fingerprint, every single one is different. Every single one is unique. Every single one reflects the unique identity of you. You have a print that no one has. To leave an imprint no one else can leave but you. Hold on to these things, for they were designed to make an impact on this world.